Hey y'all, I've made it on to South Lumpkin, right? This is considered blight and an eyesore to our community. Not sure who owns the property, but it's trash. You can see for yourselves. Overgrown grass, little tires here and there. Hello. So not sure who owns this commercial property or whatever it's supposed to be in this area. But as you can see, it's not being maintained at all. So I see someone came through and mowed here on the right-of-ways. We need a litter sweep as well. This is right here off the road, right here across from schools where children are walking to school in the afternoons and in the mornings. And it's a poor reflection of our neighborhood. Mattress is still here. It was not picked up. Same mattress, this is making it a month now. It's sitting right here on the side of the road. There's no way it's been missed, no way it wasn't seen. You can see it from the road. And every day or every week, our public works department is passing through, picking up trash and leaving large items like so on the side of the road. Only in this neighborhood though, because this would not happen in other parts of the neighborhood, and we know that. Of course, we've never seen a mattress on Bradley Park or Little C or anywhere else downtown for that matter. So I can tell somebody came out and mowed. The right-of-ways anyways. It's a beautiful day out today. If businesses are going to be in our neighborhoods, we must hold them accountable. Our elected officials must hold them accountable in their districts. They should not allow them to come into neighborhoods and then not contribute in a positive way as it regards their social footprint. It's not, it's just like, from a realtor's background and perspective, your market analysis for your home, it goes up or down depending on, the value goes up or down depending on your environment. So you have new businesses that come in, they have high standards, they're doing great things amongst businesses who don't care and are not being held accountable for the social footprint that they deliver to these communities. So it's not fair. It's not okay. And a district leader should not allow it in their community if they truly care. You shouldn't pass by on anything looking like this, turn a blind eye to it, and not care. Or only care when it's being highlighted as a problem. So as you can see, someone did come through and mow the right-of-ways. They half did it. Nonetheless, it was done. Still see some high grass in certain areas. And I guess, weed eating and what do you call it? When you line up the grass or whatever, it's too much. But at least they did come through it and mow. And it should be on a consistent rotation. It shouldn't be something, 6 weeks is too long. It's too long. And commercial properties, like if they're not going to maintain their properties and the city has to come out and do it, there just really needs to be a system in place to maintain what's appropriate. And I'm walking here, and of course I can see, hello, I'm sorry, I can't hear anything. Okay, have a good day. Yeah, it should be systems in place that maintains what's appropriate standard across the board for the entire city, not just certain areas. So either commercial businesses are going to be held accountable, or the city needs to be held accountable. And as I'm walking back here, you can see the tires. I see about 3 large tires full of trash back here. And this is what I mean by we have to be so serious about the people we choose to. Because if they, it looks like it went out. So I'm saying that we have to be so serious about the people that we choose to elect to represent us. Because if they don't care about this stuff right here, they don't care. And if they need you to mention it before they care, that's the problem. That's the problem. We don't need someone to come in and serve us that's not going to. That standards are not going to be, look at all of that. This is commercial property. Where on Whittlesey Drive, Bradley Park, are commercial leaseholders, owners allowed to have trash like this on commercial property? Nowhere. You ride behind the mall, when you ride behind the mall that's on Whittlesey Drive, Ross, and all those stores back there, there's no trash back there like this. There's no mattresses or tires and things back there like this. And if somebody dropped something back there illegally, it would be cleaned up immediately. It would not just be out there just hanging out. And that's the difference between when you care about a certain side of town and you don't care about the other. This trash is still out here that was here the last time. Mowed over, mowed around, but not picked up. And I'm not sure if this RV is commercial property or what, and how it's allowed to just be parked here. Oh, it's for sale. So we're walking on down. So we skipped the weed eater. There's a tire here, but we skipped the weed eater on these poles and around this ice machine. And the time it takes for people to get on social media and talk about or complain or make excuses, things could have been taken care of. So yeah, this is very much half done. Half done. And what's the point of doing something if you're not going to do it right? So yeah, we the time it takes to make excuses is time that could be used to go ahead and take care of what's considered blight and what's considered a poor social footprint on the community. So this is what we get, on this side, is half doing things. Not doing it with a spirit of excellence or a spirit of we do amazing, as it is communicated School right here across the way. And again, core concern is that as leaders, as adults, as business owners in our communities, we should care about the example that we set for children. Because if not, we're just repeating a cycle. We're giving them an environment that they will repeat down the line. So I guess the city decided, or whoever mowed the right-of-ways decided not to come this far down, because this grass has still not been mowed at all, still high. So I guess they stopped, or maybe the commercial property owner for that plaza is who mowed their grass back there. Trash and grass still out here. Yep. And then back down here to Daily Blessings. Set an example. And I'm just going to say, I don't know these people. I don't know them. So it's no favoritism. There's no anything in it. I have no idea who they are. I have not met them personally. So what speaks for itself is their ability to care and to take care of their commercial property in the community. What you don't see is a lot of trash, and what you don't see is high grass. And that's respectable and appreciative in our community. And on down here to the Opportunity Center. And I'm going to turn around at this point. Grass is mowed, minimum trash. So you tell me that a District 7 who's a business owner, and I'm not sure where her business is, but this is the best that she could do. This is the highest standard of excellence that she can achieve as a District 7 person, council member and representative, but she wants to be the mayor. And I'm gonna tell you this too, people make it personal. Leadership does not have a color, it does not have a gender. It has a standard, it has attributes, and it's either leadership or it's not, period. So it could be anybody else's name or head that's the representative for District 7, and these same standards would apply. So I wish people would stop making it personal and start paying attention to the facts. That if a person cannot do what they're supposed to do in excellence and uphold this "we do amazing" for a district, they cannot do it as a mayor, period. And that's just common sense. That's not me not liking her, because I don't know her well enough to like her or not like her. But I do know what I have experienced being a small business owner in this area. I do know the neglect and the dismissiveness. And I do know sitting in council meetings, listening to her talk about eyesores and blight, and be excited about things that are being done in Uptown, where Uptown didn't need any extra money or funds. This is just joy and happy-go-lucky stuff, extra stuff they're doing. But you got a whole South Lumpkin Road here that is neglected and not being taken care of. And you pass it and you drive by it every time you go to an association meeting, and you turn a blind eye to it. So what does that say about us as a people? When we are not able to see things for what they are, and we are okay with somebody showing up to a meeting pretending like they care, well, actions speak louder than words. And I need people to see that. I really need you to see that, and I need you to pay attention to it. It's not about liking somebody. It's not about not liking them. It's about what they are supposed to bring to the table when they ask for our vote and ask to be a leader and a representation of our community. Our standards can't be this low. And most of us are church folk, and we will be quick to say, we are the head and not the tail. And we're fearfully and wonderfully made. But we'll walk around in a community that looks like this, and we'll elect somebody who does not care to make sure that we reflect and our communities reflect excellence. That's what I need people to see. And that's what I need people to stop making stuff about personal. It don't matter who the person is. It could be me. And if I was leading this district the way that I was leading it, I would expect for people to hold me accountable. I would expect for people to call me out. I wouldn't expect for us to just sit and be okay with low standards. I would not expect that. So people come and they mow, and it's still a mess. It don't look like it looks on River Road. It doesn't look like it looks on Victory Drive, Veterans Parkway, further down towards the Midland. It doesn't look like the grass has been mowed in Midland Commons. It looks like let me shut somebody's mouth and just go through here and mow with no care and no excellence. And at the bottom line, we need people who care. We need people who care. And not because we have to ask them to care, but because they have common sense to know what right looks like and what excellence looks like and what we do amazing looks like. Too many people in this past election turned their eye to blind eye to a convicted felon of 34 counts, a predatory behavior, of misogynist behavior, for whatever reasons, whatever their personal reasons were. We can't do that locally. We cannot turn a blind eye to what's facts, what's obvious in our communities. We truly got to pay attention to what's being done and not what's being said. And I get that everybody's experience is not different. And people in Oakland Park, they love District 7 because she's always showing up there to their association meetings. And maybe she's accomplished some things for them. But that is not the only part of District 7 that she was elected to serve. And again, Pat Frey did the legwork to build that association, to connect in those relationships. And so it's so easy for somebody to get on board, jump on the bandwagon of something that's already been put in place and show up and smile and pretend like they're actually doing something good for the community. When in fact, they are not. Sure, her business doesn't look like this. Sure, anything surrounding it doesn't look like this in her small business area. I'm sure if it did, she would be complaining, talking about an eyesore and a blight, and it's bad for business. And if you can't have that same care and concern and common sense for all of the areas of your district, we don't need your leadership. And we definitely don't need you to be the mayor at all. And again, that's just common sense, folks. You can like people, you can respect them, you can care about them, but that doesn't mean they're supposed to be your leader. That doesn't mean they're supposed to be elected to office. And it's just as simple as that for me. You can't say you care about our communities and it looks like this, and somebody has to tell you that it looks like this. You can't say that. Now, I'm not exactly sure, what business they were talking about, and, the property they were talking about at this past city council meeting about, having too much land or not doing whatever they were supposed to be doing. But I'm sure that was orchestrated. I'm sure they were told, to come up and put that on the public agenda, just like they were told or given their white shirts with Vote for Kogel to wear at a city council meeting so that Mr. Davis could point it out and say he loved their shirts. Well, how about you love your communities enough to care that things like this is not here going on 2 months or more? and that all parts of the district are well taken care of and not neglected. Love all of your community enough to represent it well. Loving some shirts. But the shirts, what are they going to do for this mess that we have over here? We cannot continue to elect people who are going to misrepresent us. We cannot. So I've walked all the way down to this extra section here. You can see the trash. And that's going to be it for today. And I hope everybody's having a good day. And I hope everybody can understand that not to make this personal. To understand that leadership doesn't have a name. It doesn't have a gender. It doesn't have a color. But it does have a standard. And it has attributes. And people need to live up to that. Or they need to have several seats.